Story, 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 story. There was a man, Mango, who had a dog, and the dog was called Bingo. The special calabash. Once upon a time, in a small village called Bamunka, there lived an old woman who had a special calabash. The calabash was so special to her because her life depended on it. She was the former queen of the Bamuka village. Every morning, she usually carries her special calabash to her backyard. While at her backyard, you find her dancing particular marvelous dancing steps that leaves the eyes who see her dance steps in awe. After she finished dancing, she usually harvests some particular herbs and puts in the calabash. She considered it as a way of thanking the calabash. After this, she ampers back into her herd. She did this on a daily basis without anyone reminding her of it. There was this little orphan boy called Connie who lived in that same neighborhood as the old queen. One morning, Connie was walking about the village looking for what he could have as breakfast. On his way, he sighted the marvelous dance steps of the old queen and was overwhelmed as a smile lit up his face like the morning sun. These marvelous dance steps of the old queen enchanted him closer to her. With this happiness in him, he promised himself to pass by the old queen's house every morning and watch her sway majestically in order to have fun and equally learn the dancing steps so that he could dance when he is so bored. One day during the early hours of the morning, the old queen went out with her special calabash to dance as usual, forgetting that she had just placed her pot on the fire. While dancing, she perceived the scent of her food and it was getting burned, so she hurriedly ran into her herd to check on the food, and she unfortunately forgot her special calabash at her backyard. Connie came few minutes after she left to adore her special dance steps, but didn't meet her dancing as usual. So he decided to pass through her backyard to go to one of his favorite streams to swim. On passing there, he discovered a nice calabash. Winking his eyes at the glance of this special calabash, he enthusiastically grabbed the special calabash and flew, saying to himself, "At least now I have a companion." The next day, Connie carried the calabash with him outside, and immediately he reached outside, the calabash amazingly sang a beautiful song, and it went thus: "Chengele, chengele, grandma, chengele, chengele, grandma, I need some helps, grandma, I need some helps, grandma, chengele, chengele, grandma, chengele, chengele, grandma, I need some helps, grandma, I need some helps, grandma." And he rapidly danced to the tune of the music, imitating the marvelous dance steps of the old queen. The joy in him made him to forget that he was hungry, and he barely ate anything that day. Waking up from the bed and stretching her eyes where her special calabash is always laid, the old queen discovered that her special calabash was not there. She did flash back and discovered that while running to check her food on the fire, she didn't carry the calabash along with her. So she instantly flew to her backyard like the sound of a wind in order to look for her special calabash. While there, she searched carefully for it, but she couldn't find it. The trauma of losing her calabash made her to fall sick. Do you know what will heal her? The special calabash. This special calabash was given to her by her late husband, the former king, and it had healed her one time she was sick. So, the prince made a pronouncement that anyone who brings the queen's special calabash will be adopted and be a member of the royal family. This news spread like wildfire in the whole village, as villagers were seen everywhere in small groups discussing how to get that special calabash, since the day to present the calabash was fast approaching. On that fateful day, everyone carried calabashes to the palace, and they were individually hoping that theirs would be the special calabash, as some of them already started gesticulating how they would walk when they are finally adopted into the royal household. The husky sound of the trumpet could be heard as far upon the mountain, and everyone, including Connie, was present at the palace to present their calabashes. Everyone who saw Connie looked at him sarcastically, but he ignored them as usual. When it was his turn to present the calabash, immediately he approached the queen. She started dancing. Guess what? The special calabash was singing, and only the queen and Connie could hear the sweet melody of the calabash because they were the only ones who had ever touched the special calabash. The calabash spilled out with joy its wonderful melody. Chengele, chengele, grandma, chengele, chengele, grandma, I need some helps, grandma, I need some helps, grandma, chengele, chengele, grandma, chengele, chengele, grandma, I need some helps, grandma, I need some helps, grandma. Connie now joined the old queen, and they both danced happily to the music. The queen was overwhelmed as she announced to the villagers that the special calabash she has been looking for was the one Connie brought. With joy in her heart for recovering her special calabash, she proclaimed her adoption of Connie as her son, and he became a prince. Connie, who then was as excited as a lark with him being a prince, majestically gave a warm embrace to the old queen with tears in his eyes as a sign of gratitude. The prince joined them as he caressed Connie's cheeks. Instantly, he ushered for the celebration of the queen's recovery to commence, and at once, beats of drums, whistling of flutes, clapping of hands, and tapping of feet were displayed by the villagers as they commemorated, and Connie lived happily ever after. This is the end of the story. Moral lessons. Learn how to live together with the underprivileged around us, because everyone has a role to play, and together we can